Hello folks, Matt here. You might have seen me on my other channel, No Weight on Bait, stroke Matthew Fleet's Carp Marathon. I'd just like to introduce you to a brand new channel, and this one I've called Barbel Marathon. For the reason being is, I'm going to also, hopefully, from mid-June onwards, going to be targeting barbel, doing some short sessions, and living in the Midlands. The big old River Severn's not too far from my doorstep, so we're going to be targeting barbel and hopefully trying to nail a big Whiskers. I've tried a few times over the last 3 or 4 years, and to be honest, the rivers, they ain't what they used to be. You used to be able to turn up at a swim, pit your wits on the meat, hemping caster approach, and you catch some fish. Not necessarily the big ones, but you would catch fish. But today everything's changed. The barbel hold in certain areas of the river, certainly the River Severn, and there's more of a carp approach. Boilies, pellets. I've used a tactic in the past called the time bomb, which I won't talk about now, but I will hopefully use during one of the sessions that I do through this series. So this little video that I'm going to make today is to basically introduce the channel, and I'm going to run through the rod, the reel, the main line and bits of terminal tackle that I'm going to be using hopefully from mid-June onwards on my short session angling quest for a big Whiskers. So we're going to start this video off then with the rod. Right then, beginning with the rod, I'm in my living room, hence the reason why the rod's on the floor. And in front of the camera here, as I pan round, you'll see a rod that's 12 foot in length. It's a 2.25 pound test curve rod, and that model rod is the new Fox Warrior S. Now, like any bits of tackle that I buy, I always do my research and shop about, and this seems to be for 2013, well, appears to be, I should say, an absolutely brilliant selling rod, and the reviews I've read on it and the little videos that I've watched on YouTube, it just sold itself to me. I had a right game getting my hands on one, but thanks to my local tackle dealer, they did the business for me and managed to get me one in. In the past, for me barbel angling, I have used the carp rod, I've got to be honest with you, but I thought I'm really going to give it a good bash this year. So I've treated myself and invested in a new rod, purposely built for the job, and this is the one I've chose. So there you go folks, the Fox Warrior S barbel rod, 12 foot in length, 2.25 pound test curve, ideal for normal summer fishing, short to medium range on any river, and the one I'm targeting, the River Severn, and possibly ideal if there's a bit of water on the river. So there you go, there's the rod. So the next bit of kit I'm going to show you is the reel. Okay then folks, in front of you there you see the reel. That one's a Daiwa Tournament 2600. Now Daiwa, when it comes to reels, you can't go wrong. Absolute quality in my opinion. I used the Tawny 5000s for my carp fishing. I've had them years. They've never let me down. The only thing I've had to have them done to them is the odd service, re-greasing and what have you. But I purposely bought this one for part of my carp angling, for the stalking approach and the floater fishing. Real nice compact little reel, brilliant clutch on it. As you can see, there's braid on there. That's what I used on one of my sessions stalking a couple of years ago at a water I fished. And I just think it's a cracking little reel. Not cheap by any means, but quality costs money, in my opinion. And I put it on the blank. Now, picking the rod up in the shop, it felt nice, but until the reel of your choice is on there, you don't really know how the setup's going to feel, obviously. So if you are thinking about purchasing any rod, be it a carp rod or a barbel rod, float rod, whatever, pop a reel on it before you make your decision and purchase it, because believe me, it makes a big difference. I tried this one, I took it down to my local tackle shop, put it on there before I purchased the rod, and it just sits there and balances the gear out nicely. So there we go, Daiwa SS Tournament 2600, perfect for me barbel fishing as well as me carp fishing. Okay, and as you can see in the shop there, I've got some braid. This one's by Drennan, called feeder braid, a breaking strain of £8. As you can see, it's ultra low diameter, and apparently it sinks like a brick. Talking to the lads who down my local tackle shop that do a hell of a lot of barbel fishing, they've been telling me that braid's the way to go. Obviously there's no stretching braid, so there's complete connection between you and the fish, and your bite registration is immense. Your knot strength's superb. They're telling me this stuff, obviously it says on the packaging there a breaking strain of £8, but they're telling me that it will break more and above that. What the actual breaking strain is, I don't know, but it will definitely improve my catch rate, so this is going to be a first for me. I've done a lot of stalking with carp, certainly on a water I fished 2 years ago, fishing braid, and yeah, it's an old stuff and fantastic, and you can literally feel everything during the battle. So I'm going to opt that approach for my barbel fishing. So I shall be adding this to the Daiwa reel that I showed you, and hopefully this is going to improve my barbel fishing and put me some nice fish on the bank. Only time will tell. So there you go, Drennan feeder braid, £8, fast sink, ultra smooth, 100 metres. There you go folks, last but not least, the leads. This is just a selection of leads that I've plucked out of my rucksack that I use in my carp fishing. There's a few different sizes there. They range from 2 to 3 ounces, different colours and different shapes, pairs and flat ones. Obviously they'll give me the option to use in various situations, whether there's a bit of water on the river or I'm fishing short to medium range. The rigs I'm not going to go into depth because I don't think that's something I can do here. That's more something I will do in session. And saying that, the static lead approach probably won't be the only approach that I use for my barbel fishing. I may use a feeder, but as I say, that'll all be something that I'll do on the bank, as well as baits. I've got plans to do a little video on me baits and a buoy that I've designed purposely for me barbel fishing, but that'll be for another time. But yeah, I hope this has been of interest to you and a bit more of an introduction to the new channel and my quest for a big Whiskers, you know, from mid-June onwards. So I hope you've enjoyed it, and I hope you can join me on as I say, on my sessions on the bank on the River Severn and my quest for a big Whiskers. So hopefully the next time you see me, I'll be sitting behind a rod and waiting for the old tip to wang round. Until then folks, thanks for watching and catch you later.